Hey guys, if you're looking to fill in the gaps in some of the doors in your 2020 and newer Polaris RZR XP Pros, KemiMoto has some aluminum pieces out that will fill in that gap, kind of close off the section around your rear end and allow you to maybe not get so wet next time you're out in the trail. We're going to do some fitment testing on these. We're going to install them, make sure everything works right. Then we're going to hit the trail, see if it changes any of the dynamics or airflow inside the cab, and let you know how they work. So stay tuned. So our main goal here on the Polaris RZR XP Pro is to close off this gap here to stop allowing any water to get in and kind of get your backside wet or keep the seat dry. There's also a large gap that comes in the back that can shoot mud forward. Lots of little gaps here in the doors that we're never really going to be able to cover, but this is going to give us a good start. And with the heat in the cab, we still want to have some airflow for summer riding. This is going to be a very easy install, but we'll walk you through it. The easiest way to do this is just to simply take the outside door skin off. And you want to be careful because everything is plastic here. So we'll just start at it with a T25 at this bottom. That just removes a little section that stays in the back to kind of clamp that to the door skin. From here, we're going to use a T40, and I also have a magnet here in case I can't get any of these out. I'm just going to start at the top and start to peel these back. I'll leave the center one here to hold the door. That one let the door completely loose. Here we go. Take this over to the bench. On the bench, there's these little pins that hold this in place. There's two of them. It's kind of a, I think it's a bad way of doing it, Polaris, but it's how you did it. Pull them off gently. And this is the main reason that we're removing this in the way we are. These guys are not overly friendly, so you want to lift up this tab in front and then start to pull it across. And the plastic here is incredibly weak, so sometimes it takes two screwdrivers to get underneath these. I'm going to leave that one until I have a second screwdriver. We're going to pull these four out. From there, this just slides out of place and it's out. On the new door skin, we're going to put these tabs here. They're just going to help to stop vibrations. They're foam, they just stick on. From here, we'll slide them into place. And then we have to be careful with these tabs again on the bottom. With these little guys, they just slide over. They're fairly weak, and if you're gonna push these doors around hard, they will definitely not be happy. And I put this one on backwards initially, so I'm going to remove it and flip it around. Make sure that the lip of this is facing upwards on the door. Same with the bottom. Then we're just going to slide these guys back in place. Now we're ready to put the door back on. A second person would be incredibly helpful here, but definitely not needed. I found it best if you just close the door, and then we just want to line up two of these, one in the back, one in the front. And once we are somewhat lined up, we'll be able to open this door and see what's happening. No power tools putting this back together, as there's enough here or enough plastic and thin metal that you could strip something really easy. Same bracket that was in the back is used now to go over the door, kind of pinch it together. That guy can be a little bit of a pain in the butt just due to the angle. So what I like to do at this point is just gently close the door. It's obviously not tight, but it gives us an idea if we're sitting in the right spot, because there is a slight amount of adjustment here, and the door looks pretty good. So again, no power tools. We're just going to go through and tighten these up. They don't need to be super tight. Then on the outside with the same T25 that we used on that little inside piece, we're going to just tighten these up. With everything tight, check our fitment. We're set. The goal here was to block this portion off. This is aluminum, this is plastic. Everything fits well, door opens and closes well. We still do have a little bit of a gap here, which is going to be needed for when the door opens. A little bit of a gap there, again needed. Didn't do anything with the forward section. As you can see, nothing's rubbing when we're opening. I think it's time to get out and ride it and see what it changes on the inside. I've spent a lot of time riding some very dusty trails with this windshield and roof without any door inserts. And the dust seems to come in a little bit from behind, underneath these door panels, and also circulate through the back window area and kind of make a circle. So I wanted to see now with the door inserts in, what's going to change. And what felt like it changed is I got less dust coming through this area where the door insert is, but I still had dust that would circulate and come through probably off the front tires, maybe in through some of the other areas around the door, and still move into the cab and still circulate. With a full windshield on this machine, I don't think you're going to get away from that dust. I think it's always going to be there. I didn't see a decrease much in a lot of airflow, which I think is good because the center console area does give you quite a bit of heat in the summertime, almost too much per se, and in the wintertime that area it's great because you get a little bit of heat in and it helps you just stay warm when it's very, very cold. So the door inserts had no negative effect at all. So I think, in fact, it was a positive effect as far as dust and airflow goes. And as far as mud riding or anything like that, or wintertime riding, these are gonna be perfect because it's gonna keep any water or anything out and keep your butt dry. So my main thing here was KemiMoto or Polaris stock parts. At this point in time, that's the two that I had to choose from. Went this direction because it's less expensive, and it seems like the aluminum here is a little bit better than probably putting in some plastic. I like that idea. I also liked that they were a little bit less expensive. So I think this is a great buy, great way to add a little bit more protection on your machine, and at least on the red, and I think most of the other colors, this full black area back here perfectly matches, fits right, and it looks like it should have been there from the factory. So I'll leave a link in the description to where I purchased these from, and I think it's a great thing to add, something that I think these machines should have come with from the factory. Again, guys, I appreciate your time. Give us a like in this video, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.